What's up, y'all, man? This is Darren Ogden, man, owner of Nolazine. What's your story? All that. And y'all about to hear my real story.
What's your story?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes.
Well, if you'd asked me that 15 years ago, I wouldn't have knew. But now I'm a media mogul, entrepreneur, person that helps multiple people build and brand their company's business, whatever you want to say like that.
So tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got started in this business.
So originally, I was born in Algiers. I always was from a railroad to the east. My mama played cards, so she had me in everybody project. If y'all know, y'all know.
How was life for you growing up as a kid?
Oh man, this the thing people don't know. Like if people grew up and they knew, I had the worst speech impediment ever. I never could get my words out. So basically, man, people used to always think I'm lying because like it was always associated when you stutter, you lied. So I'd be telling the dead truth and they'd be like, "Are you lying?" So childhood was a little different for me. And also, like my dad, when I was born, he was in jail. So when he came home, you know, I got a sister that's 6 months older than me. So when he came home, my sister looked like him, and I looked like my mama. So he took a blood test on me. So I think it always been like that. Like, you know, he came home and he actually married my mama and gave me his full name, but it was always a little strange with him. But as soon as my little brother was born, he looks exactly like him. He got the good hair, he got the hazel eyes. And ever since my brother was born, he always showed favoritism, and he really showed that when my mama divorced him. When she divorced him, he'll still take care of my brother and not me. And I'm actually named behind him. That's crazy, right?
You're right. How did that impact you growing up?
Well, and most people, they probably would have been depressed, but I think that because I had a speech impediment and people used to tease me so much, I think that overshadowed anything that anybody else could play with me or do me. Because I was always trying to get my words out. I didn't care about like how people treated me or even us being a black sheep. Because like my mama, like all her siblings are still married to this day. Like one of them, but they still like close with the family. Like me and my brother was more like the black sheep off my mama's side. My dad's side, you know, they all ghetto. They beefing with each other. That's Algiers Uptown. But if anyone familiar in the Fisher Project, they all last name Massey. So I really don't know how my real last name is Ogden because my dad's siblings are all Masseys.
What high school did you graduate from?
So the people that's watching this who know graduated with me, we all went to bad fake private school. So we actually paid our way to get out of school. Like I went to all kind of schools. I wanted to go to Landry because my daddy graduated from Landry. But Mr. Bernard, by my family being from the project, once he found out some of my cousins went there, he was like, "Nah, you ain't even in this district, so I ain't about to have another one of y'all." So Mr. Bernard, he knew who he is. I didn't even get a whole day in Landry, so I ended up going to bad school. Our school actually made the news. Somebody actually got killed my senior year. Yeah, it was crazy. Like we started getting drug tested, all kind of drug tested, did searched. Not technically at the school, but it started at school and it happened on the corner. Yeah, like literally on the corner.
So you said a fake bad school was not an alternative school.
So no, it was like a
academy.
It was like a Catholic school. We all paid to get. A lot of people graduated from the school too. It's called Metro Outreach Christian Academy. But I'm gonna tell you, I knew it was all the way fake. So about a few years ago, maybe 2017, I was about to go fly to Atlanta on Spirit. The lady who created the school and principal, she was working there.
At the airline?
Yeah, the airline, man. Shout out Miss Roberta. Y'all know, if you know, you know. I got some stories to tell you. But everybody who watching this who went to school, man, guess what? Crazy part is everyone who graduated with me does something with their life.
So your high school degree is real.
I don't know. I never tried to use it. But I got a paper I can show you. And guess what? I know people that drive trucks. I got a partner that's a head chef at a restaurant. Like, I'm talking about we graduated all the same year. Like, everybody who graduated with me does something with their life. Even though, like you wouldn't think because we all got put out of some type of other school, but everyone who graduated with me does something to like a higher level.
Okay, but what did you do after you graduated high school? You didn't go straight to college. What did you do?
So, my dad, though he didn't like me, he got me a job. Because my grandfather co-signed me for a brand new car off the lot. I had like, when everybody had them old ass Monte Carlos, I had the same year Monte Carlo of that year. So I worked offshore, but I wanted to sell drugs. So I was like, man, I used to beat my check home and go home. I wanted to go to fucking Key West, FEMA Friday, all that stuff. I wanted to be in New Orleans. It's like I just became an adult, so offshore felt like jail to me. Cause you around men all day. It's like it wasn't. I think if I could do it again, I would have did it. Cause like the money was there, but it's just like I was still influenced by the streets.
So you worked offshore, came home.
No, I ain't worked offshore a whole year, but I had the opportunity to become the best of the best. Like my dad actually was a captain.
Right. So you came home and you said you like to be outside.
I was outside. I wanted. I think because everything that I grew up around and the people that I grew up around, they all did the same thing. So I was around what influenced me. So like I'm gonna say from 2005. So let's bring it back. 2005 is the year I graduated. So I graduated the same year Hurricane Katrina hit. I got my drop. That's why I got a Saints jersey with 05 on it. Everything 05. Like I tell people 05 is the best year of my life. Even though Katrina happened, that's the first. I got my driver's license. I had dreads. I actually cut my dreads off 2 weeks before I actually got my driver's license. And that's just like a whole nother story. But it's like 05, it's just, I got everything, a car, everything. Like everything I got my first in 05.
You bought your own car?
No, I told you. Well, actually, before school ended, my grandfather, someone gave him a free car, like a Chrysler 500. It was a drop top, but it had a hole so big. And I was like, I'm not driving that car in the streets. So I was kind of picky too.
So in between 05 and 2017.
I can say 2017. I'm gonna bring it. We gotta stop. We got 05 to 2000. All right, 2010. After the Saints won the Super Bowl. I actually wasn't even here when the Saints was winning. I used to go back and forth to Atlanta because I used to be doing bad shit. But 2010 is the year that changed my life. I finally got caught. I got caught. Drugs, guns, all that. In my mind, I thought I was going to do about 10, 20 years, but I didn't know as a first-time offender, they drop shit, they throw a lot of shit away. So basically, I ended up with probation. So I always knew if I come up with a feel like I can't go to a job or nothing I really want to do. So that's when I started like, man, I'm going to be a promoter. And my cousin used to help the people at Envy. Shout out Raz. And they had Friday, Saturday, like it was this when I first met like Boo Winners and T Carter and all the people I was doing the promotion. But Fat Mayweather was doing Saturdays. It was called Mayweather Saturdays. And I was like, I never really made legal money in a long time. So what he'll do is like, man, he gave me $50 a week to promote his thing. And that's how I started in the promotion. I didn't even know what a promoter was. I never heard of a promoter. I didn't even know that promoters existed. From 2010 is when I found out what a promoter was.
So those nights at Key West transformed you into a whole club promoter.
Not Key West. Key West was a whole different world.
I know, but
Envy turned me into a club promoter. Not Key West had me, Key West, you go in there hustling, you doing all kinds of shit. Key West probably, anybody who tell you was outside in that time will tell you Key West probably the best club, one of the best clubs in New Orleans ever. That and Rays on the River. But Key West ain't closed at 7 in the morning. Key West is where everyone met people from everywhere. Like Key West, you La Place hanging there, St. Rose, everybody, New Orleans, the West Bank, everybody in one club. That's the last time I seen the club like that. And it's 3 big rooms. And, a lot of people ain't make it out Key West either. A lot of people died got killed in Key West. It was crazy. But it was exciting to me. At that age, you don't give a damn. You ain't, like, I ain't dead.
How those $50 a week at Club Envy turned you up?
$50. It wasn't even about the money. It was just me making some legal money. That was the first step of entrepreneurship that taught me on the legal side. So $50 a week always was a big thing. I'm going to try to do something bigger. So once he started giving me $50 a week, I started saying how can I enhance what I'm doing? So I started helping small business owners for $50 a week too. So I started getting multiple clients. That's when I started meeting people like Malika Honorary, who owns The Verdict. She used to have a daycare, car wash. She know what I'm talking about. She had all kind of stuff. I tell people she's been a hustler. And she, like people like her, a few people that just believed in me at the early beginning to help them on their journey. But like those $50 started turning to like $200 to $500 a week because I built so many different clients off of learning how to promote.
Okay, let's go back. You said you caught a charge.
Yeah.
Tell us about the charge and how that affected you.
Man, I should have probably never jumped from. It's crazy. I sold everything. Obviously, I sold the Reggie, the crack, everything you could name. But soon as I try to pick myself up on a higher scale of weed, that's when the world was introduced to Granddaddy, Kush, and Perp. So I didn't know how to get the smell out. This was before nigga told me I used to put that in the pickle jar or whatever. But I'm in the car, and crazy part about this story is I had a girlfriend. I said I went go get in my car, and she went in her car. We supposed to meet at the movies. It's on the West Bank. I went go make a play and actually got pulled over. And I had the gun, the drugs, the everything. I had a scale with crack residue, everything in the bag.
You got pulled over in Gretna?
No, I ain't get pulled in Gretna. I got put on the West Bank, but I pulled over in Marrero. So when they pulled me over, they caught everything. It was like crazy. It's like the police knew my mama. I'm like, man, let me go. He like, man, I can't. I got you. And I already called you in. Like, damn. So while I'm in the backseat of the car, I see my girlfriend calling me. Like he's turned on, man, had to go to the back way of the jail. I see her calling, like, that's the craziest shit ever been at the light in the backseat of a car. Looking at your girlfriend calling you trying to go to the movies. I always think about them like, dang, if I would have just stayed in the car with her, I probably would have became a convicted felon because I would have never stopped. I always told my mama, I'm gonna tell you one thing that like I can say and I love about my mama. She never stopped me from doing nothing I wanted to do in life. Like I could have been like, I think the reason why I ain't do so much stuff, because I could do anything I want to. I could smoke weed or get goals or whatever. She never told me. I remember going to get a tattoo, thinking I was gonna get fussed at. She was like, okay. Like she was like, anybody knew my mom for real. She like they knew she got a 9 tattoo. So she really let me figure it out on my own.
You became a felon, and your only job was being a promote from.
Like I lie you, when I became a felon, I never sold drugs again in my life. I actually came home and gave drugs away. I always told myself if I get caught, I ain't gonna never do it again. So I'm gonna jump into the next game.
Did you ever have a job after that?
No, I ain't never had a job as a felon.
So
ever.
You went from making $50 a week, promoting clubs.
So 2010 to 12, I was promoting clubs and business. 2000 to like 2012, it was promoting business. 2012, they had a magazine. I know her name was like Tia D or something like that. And she was like, she do a magazine. So I'm on mine, like I'm gonna start a magazine. So I called it I said I'm gonna do Nolazine. But I never really launched it. I just like, man, I'm gonna put pictures of people around. I just was playing with it. But I still was like promoting and doing different things. But in 2012, once I started doing Nolazine, I never went hard with it. So in 2012, 2013, I think I started going harder, trying to build relationships and be a concert promoter and a promoter, and I built relationships. Like I already knew everybody already, like, you know, but I went a little harder with the promotion. I'm gonna say from 2012 to 2017. That's why a lot of people think I'm promoter, but I really only did a few parties. I did the white party at the Hyatt. It was one of the biggest parties in New Orleans. We rented out the whole Hyatt. Everybody had their own room, genuine tank, everybody. Then the second year from that, Larry called me like, man, me and you gonna do the party just alone. And we did the masquerade. We did Tiana Taylor at masquerade, just me and him. And after that, in that following year, my name still had like for promotion, so I started doing concerts. I actually did Dej Loaf concert at the Highland Wolf before everybody got on Dej Loaf, and we charged a lot because people didn't know if Dej Loaf was gay or not. So then followed up with that concert, made a lot of money. We ended up doing, like me and my team ended up doing on Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap experience was a story on his own because we booked Fetty. He popping with Trap Queen. Then he come out the song My Way. But the same day he come to New Orleans, guess what he do? This man get dreads. He go from haircut to dreads. So when he get dreads, he come and do a concert. So he performed his hot songs. But the people calling Holly Wolf and like the club in my name. So all the white people calling for their money back. I'm like, Stu, that really was Fetty Wap. He went from a haircut. I don't know what possessed him to do that, but dude went from a haircut on Trap Queen to dreads. And this is the same time he shot the song with Jay Jones and How to Go Cream. Like all this was from, like part of my movement.
This was like 2015?
Yeah. It's like around early. It's like when they Welcome to the Zoo.
So they
Like Dez Loaf, when Dez Loaf, everybody was down here. People doing that was all my couch. You could go backdate and look at the flyer. It say Darren Ogden.
So they think Fetty Wap was.
They thought Fetty Wap was a fake word because he went from a haircut to dreads in one day. Literally, he went from a haircut. And guess what? You know who he had with him? His girlfriend was, her last name Sky. Alexis Sky. You can ask her. He went from a haircut to dreads.
Crazy. So that's you going from Nola Plug to Nolazine.
I wouldn't even know the plug. I was just Darren.
Yeah.
I went to Nola Plug probably in 2014, 15, just creating Instagram names. I didn't even know what I just put Nola. I didn't know it was going to become a brand or name. But most people who knew me or did business with me always knew me as Darren. I never went to go sign anything. I am Nola Plug or something like that.
So Nolazine been years in the making.
Yeah, the Nolazine had the name. I just never did nothing with it.
So how did it become a media platform?
So 2018, 19, around the time, you was working for Tater and everybody, like, my speech impediment still was always in my mind. Like, I want to, like, New Orleans artists be like, man, we need a platform. And I was like, man, I want to do it, but I don't want to be the one who interviewing people because I'm going to be stuttering. So my first 50 interviews, it was bad. It was horrible. Like, matter of fact, my first 2 interviews, I let a female, y'all, if y'all could really go to the bottom, her name was Tiffany Shante. She did my first 2. But, she wanted to get paid immediately. I'm like, well, I don't even get paid yet. So, like, you get to grow with me or not. So it was cool. So that kind of actually, and shout out to, it actually forced me to do it. And then Booby Black was like, Booby Black, one of my first, Booby Black, and shout out Booby Black, he's a real OG, always make sure I'm like connected in any city I need to be in. And he was like, man, you got to do that shit yourself. And when he was like, you got to do it yourself, I started taking it to a whole nother level. But if you could type in OG Booby Black, Nolazine, see all 6-hour interviews, you could see the real, development of my speech impediment from the first time to now. Like, I just interviewed Booby like 2 weeks ago. You can hear it. Like, he even tell people like, man, I ain't gonna lie, you got to talk about this. And it kind of inspired me to write a book and all that now.
Wow. So your speech impediment just kind of...
It enhanced.
Superpower.
Yeah, it enhanced for doing interviews. But I learned the secret. I watched YouTube, and Steve Harvey had an episode on there. They had this young woman. She was an entrepreneur or whatever, and she used to try to date men. And the men used to always laugh at her and say it was cute, but she didn't think it was cute. So he told her, like he said, he had a speech problem. And his technique he used, it helped him. I had all kind of stuff while I'd be stuttering. Like, I had different phases of all kind of different types of stuff. Like, I even stuttered one time, like the dude on Bernie Beck was talking about. Like, with the eyes doing this, like, and my grandma used to play them. She'd be like, get it out. It ain't make it no better. It was bad. It was like at a point when I was young, I used to call people's house and curse out their mama, but it wasn't purposely. It was like, I'll say the name right there, be like, who? I'll be like, and I say, fuck it, and hang up. It was bad. Like, my speech impediment was to a whole nother level.
So, having Nolazine in your speech impediment empowered you.
Yeah.
So, you had to start doing the interviews by yourself. You wanted to give the artists in New Orleans a platform. What inspires you to keep going, even though you said, it didn't immediately pop off after that?
Well, I know how to run a business. I know how to start a business. So basically, I knew how to win immediately. So it's like, I said, I'm going to go get the first 50 popular people I know right now that's popping, and I'm going to do it for free. Then after that, that's going to create me a buzz to, like, do everybody for $50. I started out, every 50 to 100 interviews I did, it always grew. But I knew nobody was going to work harder than me. When I first started Nolazine, I was doing like 5-10 interviews a day.
And you was doing interviews in a staircase, but that never...
I did a staircase interviews for at least 3-4 years. It was so crazy when I got my first office, people still wanted to go in the stairway. They're like, man, I want that look.
Yeah, you really did create a wave. What separates Nolazine from other media companies out here?
Well, I don't like when people call Nolazine like a podcast or a blog, because I represent Nolazine as the same way as, the source or the double XL. That's what I want. Like we only people that really daily drop articles and everything. We drop articles about everything that people don't even know, giving them story and untold stories. And our podcast, we got two different styles of podcasts. Even though that I'm about to slow down on the music side and the rap because that ain't really my goal anymore. I've been doing it for like 6-7 years now. I'm about to be more on what I'm doing right now. It's called What's Your Story. I want to hear everybody's story, like day-to-day people. But like it just Nolazine and his whole like I just wanted to be a media powerhouse. At first I wanted to be the bigger media powerhouse in Louisiana. Now I want the South. Soon I want the world. I don't think small. And I know I always had a setback because I called it Nolazine because it's kind of somewhat affiliated with New Orleans. Like you people like, man, when you move, what you gonna change it to at Texas Z? I'm like, nah, it's gonna be Nolazine. It was created in New Orleans.
What are some challenges you had to face interviewing all the artists to now like wanting to do just more than just rap music?
Well, the challenges is our New Orleans legends, like they're not what you grew up and thought they were. And like a lot of them, they're not stand-up people. Just being honest. They have stand-up ones, but a lot of them just not what they are. And like a lot of them think they still bigger than what they are. Like you don't realize like people like me still trying to keep your name alive. In 5 years, nobody really not gonna know you. These kids already don't know you. It's people like me you should be trying to utilize.
You're so consistent on your platform. What keeps you motivated and posting content every day from YouTube?
Always thinking about somebody that's bigger than me. Like I look at a Vlad, I look at Joe Rogan, I look at what the double XL and all them accomplished. Like I look at that wall behind us, like, man, these people are name brand. Like everything, like some people get mad when people don't know them. I get motivated. Like if I go to Essence and I walk past somebody, they never like they're a celebrity and they never saw me or heard of my company. That shit motivates me. I'm about to work hard. They gonna see me. They gonna see my work. I don't feel like the relationship ain't gonna be the same if I can walk up to you. Then you actually being familiar with what I'm doing. Like this weekend, Brian Michael Cox, I walked up to him and showed him my phone of the article I wrote. He said, man, I like that. Because he actually collaborated with it. Like that's what I've been doing. I've been helping tell these stories of people that have been behind the scenes. Like a lot of people might not know who Brian Michael Cox is, but he the person wrote a song for a lot of people. Like a Rodney Jerk is like, yeah. But I'm saying I wrote, he's like, man, we gonna meet up soon. So I'm just saying in general, I like to tell those stories too. Like, even though I'm about to fall back from the music thing, I just want people to tell their real story, like the root of how you became who you are.
So that inspires you to just grow Nolazine to a whole new level.
Right. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, if I could do it again, I probably would have started at What's Your Story? And like, probably never did, like, the music thing. Because, like, music, like, most people I interview, I'm not even a rap fan. I'm an R&B fan. Anybody know I'm an R&B first. Like, I listen to some rap, but that ain't the time I'll be riding around listening to rap. I listen to R&B music, but I'm influenced, and I was around a lot of people. Like I don't think a lot of people know. Like I was, like if I would have started Nolazine when I first got out of jail, I don't think Asachi's and none of them would be on my level because I had the chance. I would have had a Drake interview and all. Matter of fact, Drake just actually reposted a Nolazine thing and turned me up. But I'm just saying I would have had all kind of interviews because I'd have been ahead of my time. If I'd have started Nolazine doing interviews when I started the name, it would have been unlimited because you got to think about it. This is the time where celebrities didn't feel as important they feel right now. Like now celebrities, like the podcast game and all that, it's like oversaturated. So celebrities could charge and do all this stuff. Back in the day, like certain celebrities and different things, they knew they had to come in certain cities to like build with their market. Like right now, New Orleans market, media still sucks. Like it's only a few of us and everybody, you can't even go do an interview with everybody anyway. Like, there's only one real podcast. I don't consider myself as a podcast, but I transfer my shows to a podcast. They got other people that's trying to grow, but they're not, like, the people not gonna go to them yet because they ain't got no file, it still work there.
On the music.
Right.
And now
No, like a lot of people who win, that's what, I know how to kill and win the whole South right now, but that ain't my morals. Like, if I go do controversy and catch all that type of stuff, I could win. I could go, at the Whitney Williams route and kill. But that ain't my morals. And plus, most people that doing this stuff don't be outside. Anybody know me, I'm really outside. Like, you can catch me anywhere. And plus, I don't want to be I feel like if I do an interview, with a person talking about somebody, I feel like I gotta stand on that business with you because I allowed you to do that. So like I'm damn near on your side if I'm letting you talk about that person. So I always tell people, if you want to talk about somebody, now if you slick side talk about somebody, I can't stop that. But if you talk about somebody, nah, we ain't moving like that. Like, man, you could slick side say it, just don't say his name.
You try to stay out the way of the messiness a little.
It's just, I'm a firm believer what happens in the streets should stay in the streets, not the internet. Like, so when I see all these old people doing these interviews, doing crazy, I'm like, man, y'all not what y'all saying y'all was.
What's some challenges you face about being an entrepreneur?
Man, but like sometimes you could get, you know, in your way, like, man, this person's supposed to do this for me, or this person's supposed to support me. It's just little small things. I don't think I use all this, everything that I feel like kind of makes me feel like a challenge. It kind of motivates me too, because I actually go around and just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it my way. So I don't be tripping. Like, I don't think like nothing no one could possibly do can actually bring me down. Like, I feel like I'm gonna win regardless.
Walk us through the process of you just starting Nolazine in the hallway of a hotel with your camera by yourself. Tell us about it, how it grew now, or some of the creative process of how you go about it now. So
me starting it, like the interview process, so 2018 I was supposed to start it. It took me a whole year of me realizing my speech impediment. I started my first videos in 2019. It took me a whole year to even get to the speech problem. I could have been did it. This is a speech problem that always held me back. So I knew I could out hustle anybody from here. So once I got the ball rolling, I could just take people's phones and like subscribe to my channel. And people know, like anybody who I know, I ain't have to know you. You had a little conversation with them, take your phone and subscribe. And I probably get to looking at all the interviews. Like, I just feel like, no one can out hustle me. But they're pretty sure somebody might can, but I'm just, in my mind, you can't.
So you always started by yourself. Do you have a team now, or you still solo dolo?
I got a team. AI. I'm joking. Yeah, AI, I love AI, man. But, you know, in the future, you know, I plan on moving around again, where I just had a baby. So, but I feel like I'm gonna have people in different parts of the city, put them in position, like different parts of different cities to put them in position to actually become a journalist or, you know, grow to their own thing.
How do you stay consistent now that you have a family and kids?
It should motivate you more to want more, and like, you know, everything I kind of make people kind of be a part of what I'm doing anyway. Like even my bonus kids, we got a Nolazine Kids podcast. We talking. And you know, my son, this is about to be his first year with my bonus son, y'all know. You know, but he actually cooks. He's an amazing cook, and he actually wants to be one. He wants to be like the next, like Stephen A. Smith. So I'm like, you know what? Let's start now. We know I know all these athletes and stuff. We about to start Nolazine Sports. I'm gonna let them interview day-to-day high school kids and big athletes. So a lot of stuff is coming.
So you got Nolazine Kids.
And Nolazine Kids. Sports. Well, we haven't officially started Nolazine Sports, but Nolazine Kids is just me, my daughter, and my son, and we just talk about how their generation is versus ours. Like, you know, they don't understand. You know, the kids really don't get that. Most of us didn't have phones growing up, and we have, like, in my generation, we had to wait till 9 o'clock to talk in free weekends. Like, it was a whole different generation. Y'all got internet. If I had internet all day, I probably would have been an entrepreneur. I probably never had a job for real, ever.
So what was the turning point when you saw your channel or your podcast, Nolazine, changed?
I never really noticed. I'm still on the thing. Like, I feel like even when people give me credit, like, man, you doing your thing, I'm like, man, I don't feel like I'm even close. Like, even like the proclamation from the city. You can ask David Hudson and all them. I ain't even want it for a while. I'm like, I ain't felt like I accomplished the same thing that a lot of those people that was on that podium getting and stuff. I'm like, I feel like I ain't doing enough work. And some people like, man, you deserve it. You did a lot in these few years. But I'm like, I still could put myself at a pedestal, like being the same level as a Fat and all that. I grew up on Fat and I think Fat and all that should get it 20 years way before me. Even though I feel like I'm going to be bigger than Fat whatever Fat and all that ever been. And it's not no shade to them. It's just like, you always should want to have your company bigger than anybody or whatever. But I felt like out of respect, I wasn't on the same level as them, or I haven't put enough time in as them people.
Have you ever felt discouraged or?
I started feeling discouraged probably these past few months, and the only thing discouraged me is New Orleans is a small city, so you feel like it's so much. It's only so much you could do here. But I did the traveling. I traveled to like 30 different cities during the pandemic. But it's like the more you want to win in your city, you can't. You gotta travel. You gotta make people around the world know you. Like there's enough people but there's not enough people living in Louisiana, let alone New Orleans. Like you move to Houston, got 3 million people live there. Like just imagine if I started Nolazine in Houston. Like say I went to high school and all in Houston, Nolazine would be 10 times bigger. Cause they have 10 times the market. Like anyone from like most of the people that started business in New Orleans probably will be very successful somewhere else. If you got any type of success, and guess what, New Orleans is a hard city. So you could get any type of success here, you'll be big anywhere else.
So how do you handle negative comments, or how do you let me see.
Well, I'm gonna speak on your negative comments, like negative. Like I always get comments like, man, he be over talking his guests and different things like that. But I tell people like my interviews are rare. It's like me really having conversations. You probably wouldn't think I'm over talking my guests if I was actually in the camera. You don't see me in the camera, so you think it's a regular style interview. But like I'm really not asking them like questions that's written down. We just really running it. So you might think that I'm over talking them, but we really having a conversation like we talking face to face. And a lot of times when you see me over talk somebody, it's probably somebody that I really talk to, but probably more than often than any other guest.
You just trying to get what you're saying out before you.
Right, I'm trying to get, and I'm also trying to get out before I start stuttering. And I also get comments like he be stuttering. That actually encouraged me. Like, man, this dude got a bad speech impediment. But that like ain't nothing you can say about my speech impediment gonna hurt me because I heard the words as a kid, so it's not even close to what you can say now.
You always wanted to be behind the camera or with your speech?
Camera? I would never in a million years think I'd be doing this. Like you could ask me when I started Nolazine, I still would think I was doing this. Like a camera? I still don't know how to work my camera for real. I press record. I don't know how to like this not my goal, but I know anything I would lock myself into, I can do. If I was a fashion designer, I'll do it to a higher level. If I was a rapper, I'll do it to a higher level. Like whatever I put my mind to, I'm gonna do it to a higher level. Promoter, like I'm not even known for that many parties, but people still think I do stuff, or people think I'm still affiliated with stuff, and I don't have no parts of none of that stuff. I just go support my friends' events.
Well, Nolazine been growing for the past 6 years.
Yeah, the Nolazine has really been growing. Like people saw the name, but they never. Now people more affiliated with it do in these past 6 years.
How do you focus, or do you focus on the analytics and how many views I'm getting on YouTube, how many likes I'm getting on Instagram?
Nah, I don't really care about that. Like I'm not challenging nobody. I'm doing everything at my pace. Like, you know, sometimes, but when I do good, some people might think the thing's fake. I'm not even looking at it I'm like, some people it go viral. Some people just ain't going nowhere at all. Like, why would I spend my money on making you look good? I'm not about to pay for no views. I'm not a rapper. Like, I get it if I was paying for some damn views for me being my music video. I'm not about to pay for no views for nobody interview to look good. That's your interview. If you got 100 views, that's all the people want to see you. Shit, I don't know what to tell you.
Do you plan your content, or like you consistent every day?
Man, I'm liable to do a good interview and drop that bit tonight. Like this, I might drop this tonight.
Wow.
And it ain't nothing about my business or nothing about me has ever been planned. Like, tell you this crazy part, man. And Chuck Moolah, Chucky Branch, and your boy, I'm like, Stink Self-Made can actually vouch to this. I came up with the idea of doing interviews in Nolazine Media right there in front of the Aloft Hotel, telling them. And they was like, man, you need to stop telling people your ideas. They gonna take your idea. I looked at them like this. Man, nobody ain't gonna outwork me. Nobody cannot do what I do. It don't matter about your relationships. You're gonna stop. You know how people I saw jumping this stuff and failed?
All of them have channels and YouTubes and posting every day now.
All right. I'm saying so many people. And I'm not talking about just them specifically people, but Chuck Moolah, I can tell you, like I told him, I'm about to start this and I'm gonna do it to a higher level. I'm not worrying about nobody.
So how do you monetize? How do you make money from this media platform? Or
So I tell a lot of people,
now?
well, I always charge for promotion. I always charge for different services for Nolazine, like writing articles and different things like that. But interviews, certain people just don't make sense to charge to pay. But like, some artists get mad, it's like people don't be realistic with themselves. Some people be really trying to compare themselves with the best, with the hottest rap at the time. Like, you're not that person. Like, everybody want to see his interview. But it truthfully matter now, how I feel now, people don't even care about rap interviews for real no more. So that's why I'm kind of like right now. Like, our hottest music artists, people ain't gonna care about watching it unless it's unless I'm asking them about street beef or wild stuff. So it don't make sense for me to even go approach that type of interview because like that ain't my character. Like my morals isn't to ask you nothing to get you to talk about that. Because first of all, I'm a convicted felon. You probably a convicted felon. When the people come back for this footage, we both gonna be messed up. I don't even supposed to be around you. So we about to talk about some whole music stuff or whatever you got. Now if you gonna slick side and diss somebody, that's on you.
And you sold merch too. Nolazine had clothes.
Yeah, we still got merch. I just think that ain't my focus to push that now. My focus right now is what's your story. I'm about to drop so many episodes of dropping articles every day. Articles and what's your story interviews. Like if you see a rap interview, that basically can because they paid and they just really want to talk about rap. But that ain't my focus no more either.
What's the main thing you could say is the main change from doing the rapping interviews to now? What's your story?
I'm gonna say even with the rapping interviews, it be like now I just started making rappers do Nolazine acapella freestyles because I'm really a fan of people acapella freestyle. I want to hear you off a beat. So as far as that side, I like that. I still kind of like that, but I ain't really locked in on it. It ain't gonna make me no money. But what's your story? I'm really interested in hearing people's story. Like, you really learn a lot about people when you hear their story. Because you don't really know. Like, you just be seeing these people walking, thinking these people happy all day. But a lot of people went through a lot of stuff.
What's one of the most meaningful responses or interaction you had with any one of your people who came to the show?
I can't remember. I had a lot of people some people prayed for me. Some people, I had a lot of different experiences. Like, it was in the past few months, I'm like, just creating my Nolazine wall with the rappers. Like, BG came in and actually signed the wall. Like, I was about to making some people sign their wall and give them their flowers while they could smell them. But I think every interview is their own reaction. Like, and you just don't never know people. Like, you don't even know people's character. Like, I remember it was the second time, but I interviewed like YD the Ellis. Like, after the interview, and I asked him to do the interview. He actually gave me money. I'm like, dude, get the business. He's smart. He get it. Like, people don't even know small shit like that. That's how you get going a little bit further by just knowing how to treat a certain relationship.
A lot of people don't get that.
Like, I remember at the height of, I'm gonna say last year, he used to call me like, man, what I need to do. Like, while he's at the, going through the spades running, and even when he did the but even when like Rafa now let him open up, he did think I could call him. I don't mind telling people, man, you doing your thing. I don't want to hear like I have relationships with everybody on different reasons. So I like, hey, but if I see something I like, I don't mind reaching out and telling you, man, you did some dope shit, bro. And I don't have to talk to you every day or really talk to you.
What's some things you would have known when you first started? What's some things you would have liked to know when you first started?
How to work my cameras. Like, even these new cameras I have now, like, shout out to Frankie, man, for Freewater. Man, Freewater, he told me, man, get these Sonys and different things like that. Like, I started with pawn shop cameras. Like, I just didn't know. I didn't even know nothing about audio, man. Carol Cape was like, man, you need to get your audio right. Like, I don't mind giving people, like who helped me on the process, like, man, get your audio right. So now when I see people do anything and I see them doing dope shit, but they might need a little help on a camera work, audio, I'm like, man, you need to go get them mics. I don't mind. I don't feel like nobody's competition. I don't feel like no one competition to me. I feel like but if I think your thing could look like Joe Rogan podcast, I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't feel like whatever you do, like whatever you eat ain't gonna make me shit. So it don't matter.
What's some advice you could give to some new up and coming media personalities or somebody starting a YouTube channel or trying to grow their brand?
First of all, before you start this, do what you love. if you love it, you'll do it for free. If you do it for free, you're gonna eventually get paid. Stay consistent. Be the most consistent person ever. Cause guess what? Consistency beats talent any day. You know I ain't got no talent for this shit. I got a speech impediment. It took me a while to even get to doing these type of things. So, man, lock in, man. I always tell people, man, if you do what you love, you're gonna win.
What gave you the confidence?
My confidence come as a kid, just always being the underdog, being the black sheep of the family, getting blamed for no reason, stuttering, people laughing. Like, imagine being a kid in class, knowing the right answer and still can't get it out. People laughing. Like, small, like you could talk about me, it still would make me mad because that alone was a whole nother level. Like my wife right now, she still don't believe I stuttered like that. She never met me in my stuttering form. She we got serious after the Nolazine media process. So she think that she don't know I talked. She never really heard me really like stutter for real.
Tell us about that. You're married now and you have a kid now.
So
Where did you meet your wife?
I met my wife on the internet. I don't lie. On the internet. Well, I know it. Like she's close enough around for I could have met her in person, but I shot my shot on the internet. We actually was talking during when I first started noticing. She never took me serious. Like she's like, man, he playing. He be around all these girls. He around fucking thousands of girls. Ain't no way he want me. Like, what the fuck? Like, and she always say that, but I was like, man, I'm serious. And like I always told myself too, when I settle down, I wasn't gonna be doing nothing like ever. So like even when we got in a relationship, like for these past 3-4 years, I know for sure not a woman could actually say I hollered at him, I text him back. Like that's why she just told me about the T-app last. I'm like, I said, if a person put me on T-app, they'll be just lying. Like all I do is post about family and thing. Like if you talk to me before 3-4 years ago, like you talk about 3-4 years ago, you probably got me. But like since I've been in a relationship and got married, man, nobody can say I try to holler at them, flirt with them, play with them, or none of that. Like I barely stay in a club long enough. I be going to different clubs, going network. Like I always and plus when I first I just always was a person even like business. I treat a business like a relationship. When I'm locked in, I'm locked in.
So she have you put up now.
If that's what you want to say.
And how old is your son?
My son just made 13 months. He's about to be 14 months.
14 months, and you and your girl been together. Married for how long?
We got married for Valentine's Day last year before he was born. So we been married for over a year now.
So now you're a family man. You have Nolazine, the media company. You have all these different shows and coming out. You have What's Your Story. You're still doing Nolazine, the podcast. Now you're doing the kids and the sports.
I just include everything that I have around me. Like, soon as my son can talk, I'm liable to throw him on the Nolazine kid. Like, he better get it together too. And also, he has my name, so he gotta live in some type of legacy.
So what's next for your channel?
Next on my channel, growth and maybe helping other people get on my platform. I plan on starting my own. I start planning like a whole new channel. So you might start seeing behind the scenes of me being Darren Ogden, coming to these interviews and doing more, giving more game and doing different type of podcasts, and start seeing me on other people's podcasts and talking more, telling people my story. I definitely want to tell the world, I probably have some books coming soon. Like I just got inspired like maybe a week or two ago to start write books when I actually pre-wrote my book by, I feel like I wrote it by accident, but it became to real life, for real. It came to real life. And man, and that's what, just me playing around with it, it gave me motivation. It's like speech impediment to media mogul. I didn't think I would be a media mogul. I wouldn't even think that I can even get this far. But I tell people, hey, but discipline, patience, consistency, you can do anything you want.
So you expanding your entrepreneurship. Can you tell us a little bit about the rise of entrepreneurship in New Orleans?
Man, I want to give a shout out to everyone that I'm associated with, because New Orleans is thriving right now with fashion, entrepreneurship. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I can't, I don't want to over celebrate people, but like, man, I tell people all the time, especially when I time, like there's no one in the world that does what Larry do. Like Larry's 35 years old with 6 restaurants, 2 clubs. Like even Ghost on Power didn't do that. Like he's doing that. James, man, I don't know no fashion designer that age doing it to that level. Like, and I told him, I said, man, you really doing this shit like Lil Wayne. I told him like this way before even the Maybachs and the G-Wags. I'm like, man, you dropping clothes like mixtapes. I said, man, you the Lil Wayne of this shit, like for real. Like he like, yeah, he smiled, but he kind of know what I'm saying. And I see him lead a club and go work on his fashion. That's like the same type of thing with me. When I first started Nolazine, I used to lead a club and go edit interviews. Like I never had staff. Like for real, I never had staff. So it's like, I really ran this. I ran this up on my own. Like no team, no nothing, no stamps, no vouchers. And like, man, hey, but you might not see me around the James, the Larrys every day, or even my people that I help. The Loyalty Club. You might not see me every day, but I still, if I'm around you, I'm bragging for you. I'm rooting for you. Like even like Hema Decent, man. I like what he doing. I like what a lot of people are doing down here. But like even if I don't talk to you, or we have some type of, or you think I have some type of animosity for you, I'm still rooting for you. If we out of time, I'm saying, man, that person's doing this thing. Or even if the person asks me about you, I'm still talking highly about you. Like I don't have that type of mindset to even hate on you. Like I ain't even gotta like you to like still like what you're doing. So I'll tell you, I mean, you did some good shit. Or tell other people, man, you need to go check that person out. Like other people just be trying to take it to another level and like it don't even be there.
Go back to your book for a second. Let us see the book again. And tell us more about the book, because you're an author.
Yeah, it still never hit me yet. I don't think I'm an author yet. I think it's gonna be an author when I finally got my books for sale and I'm really signed. I think that's when it's gonna fully hit me. But I'm definitely an author mode. I'm definitely an author, full Darren Ogden. I'm like the brand mode now. Like now I want to show my face. I want to show people, behind the scenes with me and show people, tell my real story. Because people, like some people hear me say stuff like, it's like people have different versions of me. Like, a dude told me some crazy thing. Like a dude like, man, I remember last time I saw you, whoop de whoop, man, you done did this in the club. Like he telling me about the situation I did in the club, actually went to jail. Like I remember what I did, but I remember he was right. Like the person was right there. Like some people got different versions of me doing stuff that your person who probably saw me 10 years, like know me for 10, 15 years, probably like, he ain't never do that stuff. Like most people probably know I've probably been in jail more than an average rapper. I just became a convicted felon once, but I probably been in jail. I probably got more mugshots than a lot of people. Like I'm pretty sure, but I'm like arrest credit is high as hell. Like I just found out but you get credit every time you go. So like, but it actually goes against you if you go to the feds or something like that. But I probably been in jail than I probably been in jail more than a lot of people but most of the time it's probably some petty ass to like in traffic tickets or stuff like that. But it's still the point of view. I used to like going to jail because you learn everything in jail. Everybody they gonna tell you everything in that, man. Like if I was able to bring a camera and talking that bit, I had some dope ass interviews. Like, and they was all shocked. Like, what the fuck is you doing here? And I'm saying I heard people tell me their stories in jail and they actually did it. Like, and I tell people all the time, like, I'm not gonna I feel like I'm neutral because I don't care about your business. I'm not asking you about your business. I don't know nothing you did in the streets. Don't tell me about what everybody else did in the street. Like, as long as I ain't got no problem with none of y'all. Like, at a certain age, y'all gotta learn how to stay out people mix anyway. Like, that's like me doing an interview. I don't want to hear about what you did. That's on between y'all. What happens in the streets, stay in the streets. And I think that's the reason why I kind of fall back. I want to fall back from New Orleans music scene because people got to learn that to keep this in the streets and not to think. Because we can't make no money if y'all bringing everything to this, to the social media or to the podcast life or the media like I don't want to be a part of it.
So where do you see Nolazine in a couple of years? What's the longevity?
I see Nolazine will last forever. I feel like my kids can run Nolazine. I feel like Nolazine possibly might be, well, I always had a goal of shooting TV shows and a web series and different, well, not a web series, but a TV series and movies. So who knows where that might go for. Before it's this next year or so, it's going to be Darren Ogden, the brand, but Nolazine's still going to grow. Probably more people be around, more people be staffed or just a part of it in Nolazine some kind of way.
Tell us a little bit more about what you're doing and what's coming for you.
A book, branding. I can't, I'm a person that wake up and I might just really do something like immediately. Like that's the type of person I am. Like if I want it, I might can't sleep. I'm just going to do it.
And that's one thing I know about you. You don't wait on nobody.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
I want to give you your flowers before you dip out because I really saw you start this literally from the beginning when, like you said, you just had an idea and you gave a lot of people a platform. So I just want to say thank you because it's kind of hard to do, like you said, in New Orleans, just with our mentality and the people here. We kind of just could stay stagnant. So I just want to say thank you and just, you fired. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, because like in New Orleans, it could be easily get very discouraged. Because like some people you think, like some people tell you, man, they fuck with you, they going to support you, and they really don't do it when it's time to come through. It's a lot of stuff that come with that. It's like a lot of industry talk, people lying to you. Like, so when you growing, you just gotta have in focus. And you gotta know that, man, most of the people you grow up with know if it's not gonna make you successful. You gotta go out, you gotta go and find your audience. Like I tell rappers the same thing, man. We be sleeping on our potential and growth. Like, if we really want to grow and grow big fish, tourists come every day. Go sit your ass on Canal and Burberry. Go meet some new people. The people not gonna fucking make you rich. Matter of fact, soon as you start getting some money, they'll start hating on you. So you might as well go take pictures with new people, meet new people every day. I tell people, if you could meet a new person, get a new follower or a new supporter for a day, you'll be good.
Leave us with one thing before we get out of here.
Man, stay consistent. Know that nothing is promised, nothing is given, and this was always something that I always stuck with and knew. Like, you don't get, I want to say it right. You don't get, but you never get what you ask for. You get what you negotiate yourself for. Cause like you can ask for anything. Like, well, matter of fact, you never get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Cause in this world, we probably deserve a lot, but like sometimes we oversell ourselves or overdo things, and people like kind of take us for granted because people feel like we supposed to do that, and like we didn't negotiate a price, or we didn't negotiate this this is what is required of me. Because sometimes somebody can overuse you. So you need to learn that, that everyone doesn't have the best interest for you as well. So you have to treat this world like a business deal. And that's just what it is. All right. And I'm going to say, last but not least, man, y'all follow me on everything. Anything that say Nolazine is mine. Darren Ogden, that's the brand, I'm the name. Nola Plug is, I guess, my alias, my AKA, whatever I am, whatever y'all think that is. But yeah, man, follow me on all that. My website, www.nolazine.com. Like, this platform is powered by Nolazine. What's your story? You're gonna see a lot of things from prostitutes telling their stories, pimps, homeless people, all kind of people from walks of life. And I got a few pastors. But I have some people from the Nation of Islam that came on. I got Fred Hampton Jr. did it. I got a lot of people that came tell their story, and people that I didn't even expect that want to come tell their story. They came down here and told their story. So I think this is the next big thing that's going to happen. And also, Nolazine podcast and What's Your Story podcast is on all streaming platforms. You can actually watch the video. You don't have to. You go on Spotify and watch these videos, like interview videos, on Spotify, like What's Your Story podcast and Nolazine podcast. Type it in. Y'all can watch the videos either there or YouTube. You want to listen to audio, you go iHeartRadio, all that. We everywhere. It is what it is.
What's your story?
If you ain't on Nolazine,